All right, continuing back here, third module. Let's wrap this up here, okay? Make it quick. All right, state police agencies. All states except Hawaii have some type of state police, not Hawaii. State police agencies have a statewide territorial jurisdiction. 50 states and the state of California. Give me a little excerpt and a picture. Copy and paste a picture into your assignment, Sally and Johnny. Woo! Got this. And tell me, not California, any other state besides California. Tell me who their state police are. Okay? I want to know. All right. Force in effecting arrest. What kind of force are you going to use to effect an arrest? Love kicking the door. Love it. Any police officer has reasonable cause to believe that the person to be arrested had committed a public offense may use reasonable force to effect the arrest, to prevent escape, or to overcome resistance. Under Tennessee versus Gardner. So again, I want you to tell me your understanding of Tennessee versus Gardner and give me an example so I know what's going on in the brain matter in this little skull, right? That gives me an understanding, you know, what reasonable force is and how it applies under Tennessee versus Gardner, right? Got that one? All right, here we go. A force affecting arrest, you can call in for assistance to get help. Resisting arrest, it is a violation to willfully resist, delay, or obstruct a police officer in the performance of his or her duty in making an arrest. So, this does not necessarily mean physically fighting the police. It doesn't necessarily mean, woo, 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 bad guys running, bad guys in car, police is chasing them. It can also mean, hey, we just are working the shooting case down the street, and do you know anything about the shooting? And the person does, and leads you on the wild goose chase. Oh yeah, I heard it was Johnny down the street over here, when actually it was her cousin Fred, who lives 2 houses the other direction, because now you're delaying an investigation and you can be arrested for that, okay? Miranda. Okay, Miranda versus Arizona. They talk about the pre-Miranda techniques of how you can obtain a statement. So on Brown versus Mississippi, Ashcroft versus Tennessee, and Spano versus New York, and Escobedo versus Illinois, let me know, explain to me what they mean on the pre-Miranda techniques. Again, it's in your beautiful book, right? Let me know. All right, so Miranda versus Arizona. Here's another thing that kind of goes along the lines with the handcuffing. They said, oh, they weren't read the Miranda rights, right? As soon as you handcuff somebody, and they're like, oh, they didn't read me my rights. They didn't read me my rights, okay? Because it looks so cool on TV. Anytime a bad guy's arrested on TV, it's always, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present during the questioning. If you cannot have an attorney, one will be provided for you free of cost, okay? Do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you? Having these rights in mind, yes or no? Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us about what has occurred? What crime that we believe you're involved in? Yes or no, okay? Do not ever read them from memory. Do not rely on your memory to read the card, okay? Do not, because it's been a tactic that even though you know it now, and you can repeat it over and over in your sleep until you're blue in the face, right? Like I just did. What attorneys do is like, oh, you just read this from memory? Absolutely. Okay, officer, let's see how good your memory. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, let's all listen to officer named Johnny and Sally here. Let's hear him advise everybody the rights for Miranda. All of a sudden it's like, what? Right? Brain lock. Oh, you have the right to remain silent, right? And it starts, it's like, And if you falter in front of the jury, the attorney that's representing the bad guy is going to say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if he cannot articulate and tell you from memory, like he did my client, how are we supposed to believe him that he actually read the rights correctly at the time that he questioned my client? Tell me. Okay, tell me, I want to know, because, and then you're sitting up there going, oh my gosh, no way, right? and then you can lose a case, or it looks like bad in front of the jury. So you don't want to do that. So, any time that you advise a person of their rights per Miranda, that is because they are going to tell you something about the crime. Okay? They have to tell you something about the crime. If you don't ever question them about the crime, there's no need for Miranda, right? No need for Miranda. So, for Miranda, you have to have the person in custody and interrogation. That's a two-pronged test. So, you committed a crime, right? Ring, 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 ring. I got my cell phone, or I'm FaceTiming you, or I'm doing you, or whatever I'm doing, okay? Hi, bad guy. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. I'm going to ask you some questions about the robbery that you did at the 7-Eleven Slurpee store down the road, and I want you to talk to me. Okay, officer, sounds great to me. So, I understand you robbed the store. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, really? Why did you rob the store? I didn't have enough money to pay for my medical marijuana because I stubbed my toe, and I need my medical marijuana so I can get stoned out of my mind in order to make sure my toes heal. Oh, okay, that's a good reason. All right, Miss Sally or Mr. Johnny or Sally, we're going to go to your house and we're going to arrest you now. Okay, click. Now you write your police report. You put all the stuff that Johnny or Sally, bad guy, said into a police report. Is that legal? Can I do that? Yes or no? Legal or not? Okay, so I want you to tell me, after watching this video, what is your opinion? Explain to me, okay, why in this case that juveniles don't have an understanding of their rights. And in this case, where he is a suspect in a crime. We're not going to get into all the details. Oh my gosh, should he have been taken to school? Blah, 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 blah. Of his Miranda rights for Miranda, okay? Miranda, if once given to him, right, there is a 4-pronged test to Miranda. So, the test requires affirmative, yes, to all the following 4 questions. After you advise a person of their rights for Miranda, and they waive their rights for Miranda and are willing to talk to you about the crime, when they talk to you about the crime, was a statement given voluntarily? Or was it coerced out of them? Did you say something, if you don't tell me what's happening, boy, when we find out, it's going to be more the harsher punishment for you. Okay? Case in point, Miranda warning. Was it given? And did they understand it? Right? Was there a waiver by the suspect? Head nods do not count. Get them to say yes or no, or I don't understand. Okay? So there has to be a waiver by the suspect, either yes or no. Was the waiver intelligently and voluntarily? Okay? Does the person have the mental capacity to understand what it is you're asking of them, right? And be able to give that waiver knowingly and intelligently and voluntarily without any type of coercion whatsoever. And here are your beautiful Miranda rights, right? This is going to be a little card you take with you wherever you go. I have cards that are almost 20 years old, right? That you keep forever. And you go from there. All right, here's what I want you to do. Diplomatic immunity. It says people from other countries, if they commit a crime here, they can claim diplomatic immunity. It's crazy. Crazy. So I want you to find, copy and paste, some type of article anywhere across the United States where the person arrested was granted diplomatic immunity. So some people have a hard time wrapping their brain around this. Oh my gosh, I can't find anything. Oh, I gotta text Gonzalez. What's going on, Gonzalez? I can't find anything. I can't find anything. Okay, in your search engine, arrested, you can put arrested, given diplomatic immunity. And you can pick a state, narrow it down. That usually helps, all right? Suspect given diplomatic immunity, tell me what they did, okay? So that will help you out there. All right, we are now moving right along. All right, the booking. the actual booking. Oh, hey, what's happening? Okay. Love these photos. Love them, right? So when a person is arrested and booked, at the time they're booked, you get your fingerprints so we know who you are, because you may not tell the truth of who you are, right? Fingerprints don't lie. They'll photograph you, and that will be forever in history in the police system, right? And you have a right to telephone calls, usually 3 telephone calls. I love these pictures because here's the reason why. All right? You got these pictures here. When you're a little kid growing up, right? Cannot wait to grow up and be a criminal, right? Oh my gosh, Johnny and Sally, when you're in class, draw a little picture of what you're going to do when you grow up, right? I have yet to go to any school, any conference, anytime I've ever visited a school, as long as I've been on this earth, 55 years, that I've gone into any classroom in the state of California, other states, and see little pictures of Johnny or Sally drawing, I'm going to be in jail when I grow up. I can't wait. Here's me behind bars, and I can't wait to grow up, because when I grow up, I'm going to become a criminal and be in jail. Never have I seen that, okay? So it always amazes me at some point in a person's life, they make a decision, right? Mentally, physically, everything is involved, that when they do something, it's a criminal act, okay? This is even better. I love this. Look at that. Okay, look at that. Is that's great, right? I love this. What is all this? So, okay, not that it's that hard to identify you now. We can identify you by all the tattoos you have on your face. Okay? Oh, what did he look like? Oh, let's look at this guy here. Let's see if we can expand him. Oh, no, I can't expand him. Better hit the undo button before you guys get that. So, you can enlarge this guy, and if you give a description that he's got cornrows coming out of the bottom of his chin, right? He's got tattoos of, looks like a bunch of teardrops on the left side of his face and all kinds of stuff, right? Easily to identify. So now, when you're doing booking photos, you have to be able to identify other people that have tattoos on their face, because I cannot show a booking photo what does this bad guy with a tattoo on his face and then have 5 other clean people with no tattoos on the face when the suspect had tattoos on his face. So, gotta love the booking photo. They last forever, right? Okay, let's get out of this here. Oh, gotta stop, upload this module.